Good morning, family. This is Georgette G. Burke coming to you again. How can we get renewable energy for the cars? Well, where is the muffler in the back of the car? Is it in the back? And could you put it in the front? And could you have something that recycles? That recycles what? That recycles that power. Because why is the smog coming out? It's coming out through what? Through the muffler. So couldn't you put in something clean? What's clean? What's clean? Let's see. What do you clean your toilet with? Or what do you clean the oven with? Or what do you clean your dishes with? Could you have a funnel to recycle everything back into the engine? Go backwards, and then it could clean it while you're cleaning. So what would you clean it with? What would you clean it with? Well, what do you clean the ducts with? You clean them with what? Dawn. And what could you do with Dawn? What could you do with Dawn soap? Well, what could you do with it? And what would you do with the petroleum that you use, the oil that you use that you wash or cook with? What do you do with that? Is that called petroleum? Could you use that to fuel the engine? Oh, or what else could you do? The sun. You could have what? Because solar panels could be on the cars. Solar panels, and then what could it do? It could run through what? Through what? What could it run through? It could run through what? Through the air. And then what would you do? Would you have a battery to recharge? To recharge it? Or could you get an electronic battery to run it? Because electricity is skyrocketed now. So it's too expensive. So how could you stimulate the economy? With the cars, with the new cars. Get new solar panels all on the cars and it would heat it up. Oh, and this keyless ignition that you have, it stalls so it doesn't work. It doesn't work at all. So how could you fix that? How could you fix the keyless ignition? But what you could do is you could make a start under the engine because people can start stealing cars under the hood. I saw a person go under the hood and pull the wires out. They pulled the wires out. So you could hide those wires so that no one could pull them out. And then what you could do is you could lock the hood from the inside out. And why is the keyless ignition and what is it in? It's in the steering wheel. And then the bags for the airbags, why are they not surrounding the people like a bubble instead of their face? They could surround the people like a bubble and encompass them so that when they die, or if they're gonna die if the impact is too hard. So if the bubble, if the airbags would go around them, and air would come into them, so it could be a what? So the fire could not extinguish them, so they could be in a vacuum, so that they wouldn't be hurt. Wouldn't that help the economy if it saved more lives? If it saved more lives, and what else could we do? What else could we do to the help with the emissions? What else could we do? Well, we could get them windmills out and stop cutting down those trees because trees give what? They give nourishment, they give oxygen, they give shelter to the birds and the other wildlife. So why is the wildlife being destroyed? Why? Because why? Because we're taking away their habitat. And why are we destroying the habitat that the founding fathers created for us? Why are we doing that? Because once the trees are done, we're doomed. We're doomed because we have no more oxygen. I just thought I would think of some things to let y'all know that I'm with y'all. I'm a Democrat. I've been a Democrat from when I first voted in when I was 18 years old, and I'll be a Democrat till I die. Did I vote Republican sometimes? Yes, I did. But what did they do for us? What are you Democrats going to do for us now? What are you going to do for us? Because what do we want? We want two paychecks for our Social Security. Stop giving us food stamps and give us Social Security. Yeah, stop the food stamps. It's enough money in the coffers if you stop the food stamps. But what all the Americans that get is food stamps. How many states in the United States? 52. And you could stop it. Just stop and you could keep the link cards. Keep the link cards for those that do not have a checking account. Because on the link cards, well, I'm just talking about Benton Harbor, Michigan, because they call them link here. They're EBT. You could put you could put both paychecks twice a month on a leak card and don't put the food stamps. That way you wouldn't have to figure out a way to recreate a debit card for them because it's already a debit. I love you guys. I'm just thinking some things to try to help my fellow Americans. I love you guys. My name is Georgette G.G. Burke. I'm at 1958 East Britain Avenue. And am I for the Republicans? You better believe it. But you know what? I'm a Democrat and I'm voting Democrat. Republicans and Democrats together help build a nation. We'll have a balanced economy and a balanced attack. I love you guys. Georgette G.G. Burke.